Hello, everyone. Looks like we're live, I think. Cheers. It's 3 p.m. here, so close enough to happy hour. So I'm having a red wine, had a late lunch. Yeah, didn't see anybody going, so I thought I'd start up a stream and started in StreamYard. So if anyone wants to come up, they can. And yeah, I'm just introducing a couple of things. I got Ibanez Smash Crash Bash, Ibanez acoustic electric, semi-acoustic, whatever you want to call it. Kevin, g'day, mate. I didn't see if you were streaming. I couldn't find you, so I started one up. Feel free to jump up if you wish. I was just going to play a couple of songs. I didn't expect it's too much. Yeah. So how are you, Kevin? Going well? Link. Good point. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, so I've not sure what's happening with my yabbies lately. They're been a bit hard. The female is still tucked up her tail, but I don't think she's got eggs anymore. I think they're gone. So that sucks. But yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. There might be a few left in there because she's still got her tail tucked up underneath. Yeah, we'll see. So I hope everyone's well. It's another beautiful spring, early summer day here in Perth, Western Australia. The sun is shining and I'm stuck inside just because I'm that sort of person, I suppose. My fault. Yeah. We'll have to see what happens with the yabbies, and all the Gambusia are all doing fantastic. But yeah, I don't know if my water's too soft for them or what it is. You know, using the old guppy thing, that a little bit harder water helps them drop fry. I haven't seen any fry, even though the females just appear to be fully pregnant. I've got a few of the females are just massive, but we'll see what happens there. Well, you probably can't see this at the moment. I don't want to play around with the old moving the camera because it'll take me forever to get it back in that stupid position, and the front cover will probably fall off. That was a dodgy buy, that one. My God. Received a camera that wasn't even close to what I ordered. And I said it was in 3 pieces or something. The front and back covers had both fallen off. so you could basically see through the camera, see through the front and the back. Bizarre. But yeah, it's going to cost more to send it back, so what's the point? Maybe I should pay more money for a camera. So I see Kevin. Hello there, Kevin. How are you, mate?
Okay.
Okay. What's going on?
My grandma just passed.
Oh no.
Yeah, at least it was peaceful, but she just passed.
Yeah. Oh, so sorry, mate.
It's alright. It's hard, but
Yeah.
we knew it was coming, so at least we got to see her.
Yeah.
But how are
Yeah,
you?
exactly. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, thanks. Not going too bad here.
Oh, come on.
Having a pretty good day so far. Well, Pam's stream, got to see. I got carried away and missed half of Pam's stream. I was doing things and didn't realise the time. And yeah, but got to catch the second half. Luckily, she went a bit longer than usual, I think. So I got to catch quite a bit of the stream.
Well, that's good. Oh, come. Okay, I guess you don't want to. All right.
I've got the same trouble. I cannot afford to go anywhere near touching my camera, otherwise it just falls apart on me.
I thought you bought a better camera, and then did it not come in well?
No, I bought a better camera to take over from the laptop one, but it wasn't real flash at all. When it came in, it was just pathetic. It was in three pieces. The front cover and back cover had both fallen off.
Did you
in
get
the
it
packaging.
from Amazon?
Yeah. I should send it back, but it's going to cost more to send it back and do all that than to get a. So I didn't spend enough money on the camera. That's the problem.
What do you mean? Isn't it only? I thought it's free to send it back as long as. Or is it just the hassle of going and sending it back?
Yeah, well, it's the hassle of it all, I suppose. As far as I know, I've got to pay for it to send it back, and it's.
No, you don't. Generally, it's free to send it back.
Yeah, right. I don't know how that'll work. If it, I'll have to pay it. I'll have to pay up front, I'd imagine, and then they'll reimburse me or something.
They usually give you a label. Depending on where you got it from, at least here, they usually give you a label. As long as it's within a month, they usually give you a label to do it. So you shouldn't have to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll need to investigate that because it must be getting close to a month, I suppose.
Yeah, I would definitely check that because I would definitely try and either get a replacement or something, but I would not. I mean, I would try and get a better one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've actually just noticed that the laptop camera is working at the moment, so the other one's not even working. So the laptop's jumped back in to take over. Griffin, how are you, mate? Good to see you.
Great.
Haven't seen you for a while, mate.
Usually GRB, usually I stream, what is it? It's Saturday through Monday, I think.
Okay.
No. Yeah, you're 16 hours ahead of us, or 18. So I usually stream Friday. So that's Saturday through Wednesday. Sorry, Saturday through Wednesday.
Right. Yep. Okay.
So I don't usually stream. What is it? Thursday and Friday. Like
Okay.
this,
Right. Okay.
okay for you.
Yep.
So let's
Cool.
see.
G'day,
Item
Chewy.
item defective. Continue. And then usually you have about 2 weeks to return it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I should have jumped on it straight away and did it, but it's just my mistake for
Well,
picking the wrong one, picking a bad purchase. So yeah, it really is. It's just
so you say
trash
refund
camera.
to your account, and then there are usually options of places you can return it to. And
Okay.
most of the time, it doesn't cost anything.
Right. Yeah.
Um, let me. I don't know. So, because this is my account, and I just like one of my
All right.
webcams.
Do you mind if I share that up?
No, that's why I put it there.
Okay.
So, like for me, one of the things that I did, because I mean, I'm not going to, although technically now I have two. One of my webcams doesn't work as well, but I also seem to have some issues with it anyways. But this one, I just went. Let's see. I went here. I said, I want to return it. It says choose an item. So then I chose this one because I just went return. And then because it just asks which one to return, I have to return it by. I click that one. I just say I want to return it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because this
Yeah.
is
Well, I
the
should
one.
look at that.
This is the one that if I wanted to return it, I would. And then usually, there's several options at least here, but it's almost always. Oh come on. Oh, doy, that would help. Um, Item arrived too late because that's what technically happened. I say, okay, I want this one. Where are you returning this? Refund, probably refund to my account. That's the fastest and easiest. So just return it to my account. I'll probably buy something else. And then it just asks places you want to return it. So Amazon Books, free to return it. It's 13 miles away.
Right.
There are other stores here. One's 15 miles away, one's 12 miles away. So I can choose any of these. And then I've got a Whole Foods market around me. So I can just bring it back. I literally can just bring the product to the store. So I do not need box or label for it. So as long as you have all the pieces and preferably probably the product, you should be fine.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've got the box.
I'm hoping to, Griffin. I'm definitely hoping to. So yeah, if you just put it in there, you can just bring it, and you should, or what they'll do is they'll give you a address label and it's free. So it's already paid for. You just slap on that address label and send it back. Cool. Or like Whole Foods for us, I think they do it automatically. I think.
All
I'm
right.
pretty
Yeah.
sure. And then
Yeah. All right.
like the UPS store, I think once in a while you have to. But yeah, there are definitely options of places, but I would definitely try because you need to
Yeah.
return it soon, fairly soon.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I must be getting close to that time limit, so I need to check into that
But
and
it's,
do
I
it.
mean,
Yeah. It's not
it
right.
really takes like 3-4 minutes to do and fill it out. And
Yeah.
if you don't mind driving there,
Yeah. Well, that's it. I'll check it all out. They might
hey
have
J
somewhere.
Rock,
J Rock, how you going, mate?
I just thought I'd show you that. I guess we
No,
can.
that's awesome. No, very cool. I'll um I'll follow
Hmm.
it up because and see if I can get it away because it's just crap. So I need to fix it up and
Yeah, I mean, you might
get
as
another one.
well. Well, that's, I
I can get
mean,
another one for about the same price, which is definitely going to be a lot better. So
and that's what I would definitely try, and especially if you want to be able to stream, that would be a great idea.
yeah, yeah, that's it.
Okay, and I will say, GRB, this time I came up. I saw it and I came up. I'm just saying, I did come up this time. I
Right.
apologize. I was going to come up last time and I was lurking, but I had other things, so I do
No,
apologize.
that's awesome.
But this
No,
time I
no
saw
worries,
it.
mate.
This time I saw it, and I'm like, I'm not streaming tonight, so perfect. I can stream. I can come up on your stream.
Exactly, mate. No, it's awesome. How's the crabs going?
Crabs are doing well, although they stink. So I changed the water in there.
Yeah,
Um, but they're doing well. I'm hoping to do a trade with Roxanne, and then I'm gonna give a few Ivy, Bunny Viper. I just got. Um, I think, were you in there yesterday when I mentioned it? Can't remember.
oh, I don't know if I was there at the time.
So I got two night gobies.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. I do remember that. Yep.
okay. So yeah, so I got those, and then I'm hoping this weekend, after going to go do an open house for my grandma's, um, my other grandma, since she's living with us, I'm gonna go try and pick up the other mud skipper since I've been wanting to. Hey, William.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm hoping to do that this coming weekend, and
Yep.
yeah, I'm happy. Um, Mud Skipper seems like it's doing well. I stressed out the night gobies more than I wanted, but they seem like, I think they're doing okay. Um,
Yeah, they're
Bumblebees seem
pretty
like they're
hardy.
doing okay.
They're a pretty
Yeah,
hardy fish. All the
yeah.
gobies are just amazing to watch.
I want
I
to
can
get.
just can sit there staring at gobies for hours. They're just
So I
so
need.
funny watching them bounce around.
So I need a little bit more money before I do it, and that's why I haven't yet. But
G'day, Pride Moors. How are you? Danny, how you going, mate?
I have the
Oh,
aquatic. I have the aquatic arts gift card that I still haven't used.
yeah, right. Awesome.
So, but I don't want to. I don't want to get anything yet because I don't know how much shipping is, but it's probably going to be like, I'm assuming like $50 for overnight shipping.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm like, I might as well get my money's worth and try and buy like another $50 to $100 worth of stuff if I can. But then my problem with getting fish shipped is, or at least to me, I don't mind. Well, I don't like paying for it, but I don't mind paying
Yeah.
for it
Yeah.
if it's overnight shipping because I'd rather do that than my fish die.
Yeah,
But for
exactly. I
me,
can understand that.
my problem is it's like $100, or it's like
Yeah.
$50 to get it. I usually won't pay more. I usually don't spend more than $100 on getting fish. So then it's like, okay, 50% of it goes to paying, or at least I have to pay for about 50% of it, for 50% more just for shipping. And then if I do want to get a decent amount of stuff, if I do want to get a decent amount of stuff to make it worth my while, I have to have a place to quarantine it. And I have one bin, and I have one bin that I can do, but I don't have more than one bin, and I also don't want to overload my tanks.
No, that's for sure.
Because if you buy a bunch all at one time, that can create an ammonia spike, and I'd rather not do that. I don't know.
True.
That's just me. Good day, T-Bones.
How are you, T-Bones? Going all right, mate? Hope you're having a good day. Sunny Queensland treating you well?
Okay, what are you guys doing?
T-Bones lives in paradise.
I just changed the water.
Yeah, he's lucky.
Kevin, can I say goodnight to you?
Oh, dramas in Kevinsville. Griffin, I needed your help recently, mate. I woke up the other morning to roosters crowing. I live in suburbia. Nobody has roosters here, so I woke up and there was roosters crowing outside my window, and I went, "What the hell?" This is at 5 o'clock in the morning, mind you, and sitting there going, "Hang on, the neighbours must have got roosters. What's going on?" And thinking, "Hang on, they sound very close, those roosters." I got up, looked out the bedroom window, and there they were, sitting on the ledge to the bedroom window, both sitting right at me, just squawking or crowing or whatever you call it.
Who was it? Who was it that? Wasn't it yesterday or the day before? Somebody else said that they had or found some chickens.
That's probably me, mate.
No,
it was probably me with the roosters.
But they said. But did you say you didn't want to get rid of them now?
Well, I didn't. I got attached to them really quickly.
Okay, that's what it was. It was you. Okay, yeah, it was you. It was really, probably you then.
They're super cool.
I was like, was it you? I couldn't remember. I'm like, I know I heard this. Okay.
I called the rangers to come and collect them.
Yes, yesterday. It was you. Okay, it was you.
And the rangers came round. As I said, they're two tame roosters, which I'd already captured. They sent 3 rangers around, 2 vehicles. It came out, and before I'd even got to the front door to see them, that they had nets and cages and all sorts of stuff for them. It was quite hilarious. I just grabbed them and just took them out the front and gave them to them, and I hope they get to go and live their life on a farm somewhere, but they were so good. But yeah, they're illegal to keep. One of the rangers was saying you can get something to sort of put on their throat that stops them from crowing, which I've never heard of before. But I thought, wow, if I could have done that, I could have
kept them.
I could have kept them and just let them run amok in the backyard. They'd made it home. They were having a great time cruising around in the backyard. And
yeah,
the fence. I've got a gate on the side of one of the sides of my house, and it's got like 6-8 inch gaps in the fence.
Yeah,
they probably stop most dogs, but that's about it. Yeah, like roosters could just walk straight through, so they came into the property, and
which is what they did.
Yeah, that's right, mate. And when they were in there, and I got that. I don't know if you've seen it. There's a plastic sort of chicken mesh type stuff.
Chicken wire.
And I got a length about 3 meters long and put it on the bottom So the bottom 2 feet or so were covered in that fence, so they couldn't get out. And then the young fella, he just went up and just grabbed one and caught it. Well, that was easy. I was too scared to pick them up because they got this massive spike on them. And I thought, yeah, but the young fella, no fear, he just went up and grabbed it. So we had them captured right from the start, and they really appreciated being held. They were obviously very tame, but apparently what happens is that people buy chickens and they turn into roosters. And so they just let them go.
That was our problem. We had to give it to a friend. We don't know what they ended up doing with them, but
yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
So
I was going to advertise and try and get them a home, and then I thought I'll ring the Rangers. And the Rangers eventually came round, and as I said, they sent 3 Rangers. And luckily, they didn't rock up with shotguns. It looked like hell overkill with 3 Rangers, 2 vehicles for 2 little roosters. But it was funny. A crow blocker. Yeah, that's what they were. That's what he called it, a crow blocker. Exactly, Danny. So yeah, it was. They were really cool and absolutely stunning. I didn't realise how stunning they are. The patterns on all the different feathers, and one was sort of greenish, and the other had goldish colours just through it. Just amazing, very very pretty, and would have made a nice roast, both of them. So Sunday roast. Excuse me for 1 second. I'll be back. Just getting a drink. Yes, so yeah, it's they have the roosters are gone, but that's the way it goes. A friend of mine just down the road, she's got chickens, and we were contemplating introducing the roosters to the chickens and see if we can get baby chickens, but yeah, decided not to. And and got rid of the roosters. So we'll see what happens. I might end up with chickens though after meeting those roosters because they were pretty cool. I can see why Griffin's into it like he is. You know, he's got numerous pairs of chickens, roosters, whatever's. Yeah, they're stunning beasts and really cool. When you pick them up and after they relax after the initial picking up, they're just amazing. They seem to really enjoy being held, you know, and just sit there talking to each other. Amazing things. Ducks, yeah, right, Danny. We used to have a few geese on the family farm. They were crazy things. Those things, they were wild. Just they'd go you like a rabid dog, you know, just crazy. But ducks, we got lots of ducks around the neighbourhood. Wild, and it's spring here, so they're little baby ducks running around everywhere. It's just awesome. Yeah, and free eggs. That's it, T-Bones. Tara's got 3 chickens down the road, and she gets 3 eggs every morning. Yeah, they don't last long in her family with a couple of kids and her and her mother and that, but still, that free eggs. And as I said, they're amazing. And she just lets them roam free in the backyard throughout the day and locks them up at night. And yeah, really cool critters. Emu. Right. Need a fair bit of ground for emu, Danny. Probably won't fit in the suburban backyard, I'd imagine. Crazy things. We've had them here. Funny story. We're going to a BNS, which is a bachelor and spinsters ball, a country party that goes on in country towns. Each country town has a bachelor and spinster ball where the bachelors and the spinsters, all the kids get out and party in a sheep shearing shed or something like that, and with live bands and bucket loads. They fill 44-gallon drums full of alcohol, mixed bourbon, rum, different drinks, bourbon and Coke, rum and Coke, so on, and just scoop glasses into this to serve all the people. They're amazing events. Everybody just ends up trashed. And you stay overnight. Then the next day they have what they call a recovery where the band plays again. You have a couple more quiet drinks and then try and find your way home somehow without getting arrested for drunk driving or whatever, because they're not held in town. They're usually held out of town on someone's farm. So, yeah, always interesting. But, yeah, great events. Big eggs, that's it, Danny. That definitely have big eggs with the emus. But, yeah, we were going to a bachelor and spinster ball one time, or coming back, I think, at the time, and we were all just really drunk still, all the rest of it, but we had a sober driver, and it just so happened that the sober driver was the one who made the mistake, and we're driving along. Oh, sorry, Kevin. Sorry, mate. You didn't realise. And we're driving in this, like, one of the guy in the passenger seat, he owned the vehicle we were all traveling in. So there's 5 of us. It's a 4-wheel drive Mitsubishi Pajero. It was a brand new Mitsubishi Pajero in the country town. His family owned the car yard, so to speak, the dealership. So we're driving along, and there was an emu, and this emu was like running alongside as we're driving up the highway in the middle of nowhere in the outback, and this emu's running up the road right next to the car. And for some strange unknown reason, the driver decided, I'm going to throw my chocolate milk or iced coffee container full of iced coffee at the emu. So he was driving, and he's thrown it. As I said, the rest of us were all drunk, and he was the sober one. So I don't know why he did this, but he decided to throw it at the emu, which was outside the passenger side window. And the guy who owned the car was and as I said, it was a brand new car. The guy who owned the car was in the passenger seat, and he's thrown it at the emu, thrown the iced coffee container, like full of iced coffee, and the window was up. So the containers hit the window, exploded and just covered the guy who owned the brand new Pajero 4-wheel drive in iced coffee. And like the emu's just done the old quick sort of look to the side and laughed at us and took off like the Roadrunner, and it was just amazing that it actually happened like that. But that's how it happened. As I said, we were all either travelling to or from this bachelor and spinster ball. So either way, we were very drunk. Sorry, mate?
I thought you said the car got wrecked.
No, the car didn't get wrecked. Well, it sort of got wrecked because it was a brand new car, and the whole entire interior of it was now covered in chocolate milk or iced coffee, whatever it was.
Yeah, I would have been.
So you cannot get rid of that smell and stain.
I would have been so pissed, and I would have.
Yeah, it's just
It good. I would have. Oh, jeez.
It wouldn't have ended well. I'd say that's probably an ended friendship there. I don't know, but
oh, you don't know what happened?
We just laughed. Yeah, I was working in the bank, so I left town a couple of months later and stuff. So yeah, but it was just a joke. Nobody really took it that seriously. Everyone just laughed, and who knows? I don't really know what happened. I'm sure, like we were 20 years old, so we're very young, and so the guy's dad probably killed him for ruining a brand new car. I probably never let him borrow a car again from the dealership. But then probably somebody got a good deal, on a brand new, slightly damaged Mitsubishi Pajero.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't have that kind of car here.
Yeah, this was back in 1985, so it's yeah.
Yeah, that was before I was even born.
I think they don't make them anymore. Pajero, I really don't know. Pajero, it's pretty much the Mitsubishi four-wheel drive. I think they've got the Triton, which is like a ute, like a truck type car, but yeah, not as big as a Dodge Ram or anything like that, but still a truck. So what's your have you got any fish that you're wanting to get apart from the mud skipper and
maybe some autos, but not really.
Autos? Yeah, right. Cool fish. Don't have a good reputation though. For you got to have mature tank with lots of sort of algae growing all in it, and not thick algae, but like covering on the glass and stuff like that, so they can keep munching away. They just want to eat continuously.
And I've got a decent amount of stuff in that tank because I was going to put it in that tank, and I wanted something else. I wanted something else that is not going to eat my shrimp.
Yeah. That's it. Well, I don't know what if they'd like tiny baby shrimp, whether they'd still have a go at them. I don't know.
Vegetarian. I don't think they eat.
Yeah. I think you're right, but it's like people say about Cory catfish, even pygmy Corys, that they just go around hoovering the ground, vacuuming the ground all the time so relentlessly that they don't even realize that they're eating shrimp. They just eat everything they can.
Okay,
don't even know. G'day, Skipper. How are you, mate? Good to see you.
Hey, Aquamate. How you doing?
Aquamate. Feel free, anybody who wants to come up, I'll repost the link. Sorry. I don't know how to post it up the top. What do you call it?
Are you on YouTube? You're not in YouTube.
I'm not really. I'm on StreamYard, yeah. So
you're not in YouTube. If you were in YouTube, you could pin it, but you're not in YouTube, so you can't pin it.
I mean to. I meant to open the YouTube link, but I forgot.
Okay, Danny, I have a question, or anybody else. I think there's enough air because I think my pump is still running, but my angels are at the surface, and I don't know why. They're like 2 or 3 at the surface. I'm not quite sure why. instruction. I should probably look at
Ackle, mate. Hope you're going well, mate. All good over there in Victoria?
Yeah, it's going. I'm not sure why.
Right. Now,
I don't know why they're up there.
I don't know if anybody's going to see anything here. Nah, won't work. But there are gambusia in this jar, which is on the table that I use to put the lizards on. That's my lizard habitat, the dining table, one of these dining tables. And they just, when they're in the house, they just live on this table and cruise around and sleep and so on, and try and get their way off it and jump off and run away. But and I've got a couple of jars with a couple of gambusia in each of the jars, like for the fish tanks for the lizards, and they really appreciate them. They actually go up. The lizards would know nothing about eating fish, but they go up to the glass and you can actually watch them look at the fish and look at and follow them around and look like they're appreciating their fish tanks. It's amazing.
Look
They're
at
such amazing fish.
Really quickly, look at
amazing.
the chat. That's funny. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but look at chat.
Yeah, I am.
Did you see Danny's comment?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
That-
That's a classic, Danny.
Sorry,
That's hilarious.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I thought that was hilarious.
No, that's good value. No worries.
I picked up my uncle's protein skimmer today. Got pulled over because I was speeding. How dare you, Danny? Why were you speeding, first off? And why were you doing it while there was a cop there? Got pulled over because I was speeding, and the cop looked at it funny. It for sure looked like a bong. Luckily, I just ended up with the warning. Oh, shoot. That's funny.
Also, he let you off the speeding as well. That's awesome.
Also, luckily, I had the instructions right there to back up it's a protein skipper for my salt and fish tank story. Oh, that's classic.
That is hilarious.
Oh, that's classic. Oh, Cute Super. That's still funny.
That's the good news story of the day there, Danny. That's awesome.
Oh, I needed that laugh.
That's so classic.
Oh.
I like the way that he's let him off on the speeding as well. Appreciated the cop obviously appreciated the laugh. And
it looked like a bong. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but they're like right by the surface of the tank. Huh.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he couldn't have had a camera on you, could he?
No, I think Danny technically didn't know how fast he was going. Oh, no, you're right. He didn't know.
Yeah. He couldn't officially say that he had a camera on him to register the speed or anything, so although he knows that he's caught up quicker than he should have. But I don't know if they can legally bust you on that. my father got pulled over by a state trooper on a highway somewhere down in Georgia, I think it was, when we were over there in the 1970s. And we're pulling a caravan, and like my dad was having vehicle troubles, and that, so he was traveling really slowly, pulling the caravan. And this state trooper pulled up, a big African American guy, and he pulled us over radically and came out, gun drawn basically, and all the rest. And he's come up to Dad, and Dad said, "Yeah, sorry, I'm Australian. I'm Australian military." And the guy goes, "Oh, I served with you guys in Vietnam." And they got into a big conversation about military service, and and he ended up saying that I've clocked you at doing 95 mile an hour, and this is in the 1970s. And if you go back and check in the 1970s, like the radars that they were using were just totally faulty. And he said to my dad that, yeah, we got these things registering trees doing 75 mile an hour, and trees aren't moving, basically, are they? So
yeah, we got that. Thank you.
So he let him go. Let him go after about half an hour conversation, though, about they were having a great old time. And even the policeman, my dad gave the policeman a beer, a VB, Australian Victoria Bitter green can, which in Vietnam, the Australians used to trade. They used to trade a pellet of green cans or a pellet of green cans beer for a helicopter to the Americans, because the Americans like the green can beer so much more than their own. That's the rumors that they used to trade them. You could trade a pellet of green cans for a helicopter to the Americans. VB, exactly, Aquamate. It does funny things to the system. It's got that, there's something added to the VB which we all don't know. I don't know what it is, but it is a great drink. In moderation, of course. G'day, Adele. How you going? Anybody wants to jump up, feel free. I'll put the link there again.
What am I not good enough, GRB?
You're well and truly good enough, Kevin. It's awesome. Even though you're not even on the stream at the moment, mate. Where are you?
What's going on with my angel tank? I thought
right, cool.
Maybe it was the intake sponge, so I took it off.
I always love the elevated shelves you've got in the background. It's such a good look.
You mean this?
It would kill me.
The rack?
Yeah, the rack in the background, yeah, and elevated all the way up to the ceiling, and I wouldn't be able to do the maintenance on the tanks because I'm just so a little bit crippled. But awesome.
So there's shrimp tanks, and I have a little step ladder that I use and a pump that I just use to pump it up there. So I don't use a bucket to pump it, to put it in there because it's too hard.
Yeah.
So I just use a little pump and pump it in.
Awesome. Yep. That's cool. I've always appreciated those. They look great.
I don't know what's going on. It looks fine. The outflow is fine.
You're having troubles with your angels.
I don't know. They're gasping or they look like they're up at the surface.
Right.
Yeah, both up at the surface. and I'm not sure why. I don't
Temperature?
think heating. Temp is fine.
Temp's fine. Good.
I just stuck my hand in there. Temp isn't cold.
Yeah, well, I don't know how, if you can at this time or whatever, but a small water change, and
Do you see him?
I don't really.
Ah,
Oh, I can see him there.
right there.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
There's one right there, and then there's one back behind there. I'm not sure why they're up at the surface. Right there.
No, as I said, if you're concerned, a small water change and an increase air, and just see what you can do about that.
I've got a bucket, so I can only do a water. I've got the 55-gallon drum. So
That like a, it's amazing. Just small water changes like a bucket can make, and you might see a behavior change in the fish with just that small water change, and realize, oh, I just need to do a bigger water change. And
well, I can always do a water change.
goldfish in a bowl. Yeah, well, I've got gambusia in jars, which
I've got
isn't perfect, but
I've got bettas in bowls.
yeah.
2 bettas in bowls, not in the same base. 2 different things.
Yep.
Bases? Yeah, 2 different bases. Hey, where did my mom get that from? Oh, Joyce there.
Right. So I've just opened up a YouTube on the stream, and it came up saying a new pin message.
Okay.
A new feature about pinning messages to the top, and there we go. It's now pinned to the top. Amazing. Yeah, the message came up saying it's some new new format that they've got, that you can now pin things on YouTube to the top of the stream, which
they've always had.
I think it had been going for a while. Exactly.
I'm confused.
Maybe they're just the first time that they told me about it, so they think it's new.
Weird.
Roundhouse, how are you, mate? Good to see you.
Oh, all right, I have to go.
Okay, mate.
No, Roundhouse is here. I have to go.
Ah, right. Gotcha. Yes.
Oh, shut up, Roundhouse. What time is it? It's only 12. I don't have anything today.
4:05 p.m. here in Western Australia.
Oh, 4:05 p.m.? It's 12. It's midnight.
It's getting closer to happy hour.
I just did a water change a few days ago. It was weird.
Yeah, never knows. Funny things can happen. That's always the first choice. Small water change, and then work to a bigger water change if you need to. But cool, Roundhouse. What are you up to? Halfway through Rittenhouse dumpster fire, day 8. Don't know what that is.
Movie?
Ice cream man going past here.
But
That sounds pretty cool. Ice cream.
wait, what about it? What?
For those that drink wine out of a box,
Ah.
when you get to the bottom of the wine, the trick is turn it upside down, open the tap, let the air go in. When the air stops going in, you can now turn it over and pour as per normal, and suddenly end up with flow back again and empty. You will completely empty the bag that's inside. So I've just gained an extra half a glass. That's a little trick for those that like drinking wine out of a box. No point. No point, Adele. All you do is turn it upside down, open the air, let the air do the work, and you totally empty the bag of any contents. So people rip the box open, blow into it, and do all that jazz. You don't need to. All you need to turn the box upside down, open the tap, let the air vacuum in, and that will now vacuum out the bag. And when you turn it back the right way and open the tap, it'll all just empty. Amazing trick.
If you're doing that, I might as well do another water change.
Snow White Boomers. Wow.
What are they saying?
Julie, I just don't think you even bother, mate. There are Arctic wallabies, or not Arctic, what are they called? Alps wallabies or something like that. So they're found in the snowy mountains, which are white. Yeah, be about as close as you'll get. So yes, I don't know if I've shown this yet during the stream. Picked up a new second-hand Ibanez Tellman semi-acoustic, so acoustic electric guitar. A really cool shape to it. In an oval sound hole, which has an amazing bassy sound. Just such a fun guitar. Yeah, picked that up for a bargain locally, so that was handy.
Hey, GRB, how many we got in here now?
How many we got? We got 5. Oh, sorry, Aquamate.
How are you?
Aquamate, how are you?
Good.
That's the way.
How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Just
That's good.
Jumped up. I saw that Kevin wasn't on after Punchy Paints Pam. So I thought, oh, nobody seems to be going. I'll start up a stream and see who wants to join. So thanks for joining.
Idea. Pam goes live. So every Thursday I work in a showroom, but every other day I'm like on the road. So Pam always goes live while I'm in the showroom, and then by the time I leave and come back, she's always finished, and there's not usually a lot going on. But yeah, I've got to make dinner shortly. But I thought I'm just going to pop on and say hello to you guys.
I usually stream Sundays after her, but I don't think anybody goes today after her. I just technically for you guys Monday.
I missed all of that because I think you're too far away from the mic.
I'm not sure. Admiral Climate, is that Roundhouse?
Most likely. Don't let him up.
Awesome giveaway yesterday, Aquamate. That was great.
That was good fun.
Yeah.
And
congrats again on the 3K.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And thanks for all of your help. Sharing out all those links and stuff. I am not so, on this computer. I've got a mouse. That's all right. But on this live stream computer and stuff, it's trackpad, and I just can't get all the things together. Oh, and you were there at the end. I had a look last night, and I was like, I've done the last bit of the giveaway without putting the wheel on the screen. I'm like, you idiot. But I can promise you and swear that those were the actual winners.
You have a new computer.
Yo, we're taking the risk with Admiral. Admiral, is that your Roundhouse?
He's getting busy up here now.
You've got a dedicated a dedicated computer for streaming?
Who's that?
Oh, who are you talking to?
Me?
Oh,
I said Aquamate.
I can't hear you when you're not near the microphone.
I said, do you have a dedicated computer for streaming?
No, I just had the laptop, and over this way, I'm like trying to set up a new sort of bench, sort of got like a Wabi Kusa and then like a 20 liter or 5 gallon for you guys, and then like a 10 gallon and then a 20 gallon. So it like slowly goes up, and I'm just working on those. And I was like, that'd make a cool background for while I sit here and talk by myself for an hour and a half.
Right. Yep.
So I use the laptop just for that. The reason that I came over and I was like, I need to edit a video right now, and I've got it all in front of me. And then I was like, I'm going to see what's happening on YouTube. And I was like, GRB's on. I'm going to go and watch that. And now I'm on with you.
Now you're on it.
procrastination at its best.
100%. And this video is, I think I've done it. I finished it maybe 3 weeks ago, and now I've just got to edit it. And I reckon I've done this procrastination experiment about 20 times since. I was actually thinking, when I thought I'll jump up and I'll ask you guys a question, because last night when we did the live stream, I was talking about do people actually like YouTube Shorts?
No, I don't.
Yeah, Danny. Take care, mate.
I
See,
feel
Danny.
if I'm gonna sit down and watch a video, I want it to be at least worth sitting down and watching the video.
So you would be against me, like, wearing something frumpy and then like going bang in a bikini and that sort of thing.
Oh, hey, you do you.
I don't know how it would work.
As long as it's a thong, I don't care.
I see the shorts being a good opportunity to like advertise an upcoming event. So you've got that 1 minute window to throw in, like, we'll see you in 6 hours or whatever it is, and advertise an upcoming event is a great format. I don't have any problem with them at all. I think like some people use them really well.
I feel like it's good to get subscribers.
Can't hear you, Kev.
I feel like it's good to get subscribers.
Still can't hear you, Kev.
I feel like it's good to get subscribers.
Oh, there you go. Hey, how you doing?
For shorts, I feel like it's better to get subscribers.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen that sort of
That's
happen, I
just
think,
me.
with a few people. I agree, Kev. I've seen that happen with a few people that release quite a lot of things.
I've seen some
shorts,
channels go
and they're growing quite substantially.
Get thousands and thousands of subscribers within like a week or two based off a short. So the crappy thing with shorts is you can't choose the thumbnail. So it's like, especially for like us.
How does it pick it then?
Sorry?
How does it pick the thumbnail then?
I think it just chooses a certain point in the video. Like I even like YouTube like search for it. How do you put a thumbnail on a short? And everyone's like, here's how you do it. You just need to go to this specific second on your video and then put that thumbnail in there. And you're like, so ruin the video for the sake of what the thumbnail looks like. But I did one. I was just trying to look it up then. I did one a little while ago, and it was about setting up the Wabi Kusa, and that's done pretty well. And I like that idea. I like exactly what you guys are all saying. That do it as like a 1 minute video and be like, okay, here's how I set up a Wabi Kusa. You've got an answer in a minute. People stick around. They watch it. It hasn't gone stupidly good, but it's got thousands of views. But
cool.
The whole idea behind me doing that was I was going to do that, and then I was going to do a proper video on YouTube. But when you film stuff in portrait, it's hard to film it in landscape at the exact same time and then come back to it. So I'm thinking about, this one that I'm doing right now, we're set up a better tank, and it is a short, and I've got 36 minutes of footage that I have to compress into 1 minute.
Wow. That'll be a short.
Good luck.
You're going to sound like that guy from Galoob, the Micro Machine guy.
It's going to be fun. But that's exactly what happened with the last one. And it was really, really funny. Some guy the other day, maybe 2 weeks ago, he sent me a message saying, I like the video, the short on the Wabi Kusa, but it could have used more information. And I was like, I've only got a minute. I said to him, I'm like, I filmed 39 minutes, I think, for that one. You can only really put a minute's worth on the actual channel. I'm trying to test your theory, Kevin. Sorry,
that's why I dislike the shorts, because you get to talking about something and you can't fit it in a minute because there's just so much information.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I reckon
that's why you don't do informational videos. You just show off things because there's no way you can get all of the info you need to in there in a minute.
No, I mean, like I said, unless you're like the Gloob guy, the fast talker guy.
Yeah, but then nobody can digest that info that quickly, Roundhouse.
They just watch it over and over and over.
It's a catch-22. The same guy that does what is it? Chamois.
That defeats the purpose of doing a short if you have to keep on watching it. And secondly, what's the point of doing a short if nobody can understand it in one go?
So my
You
whole
do
theory
2-hour
was,
streams and no one can understand you.
my theory was like, I'll get stuck in like a short loop or an Instagram loop when someone's like, here's how I made this. You're like, all right, now I want to see how you made it. And if it's a 1 minute thing, like this one's going to be, I haven't got an intro yet. I've done everything but the intro. So you got to have that hook at the start, but it's going to be an empty tank. Then we add the soil, then we add the rocks, then we add the wood, then we add the fish. And then you see the fish at the end and the end product, finished product. And then I want to do a video for the channel that's like, here's a 5-minute video on why I chose that tank, why I chose that stuff, and this is how it's going. It's also, I'm guilty of this all the time. I'll do something and then I don't want to make a video about it for a while because I don't want to make a video and then be like, look at this works all the time. And then you go, 3 months later, that didn't work, but I told everybody it did work. So I've got an issue with that. Like I made an outdoor garden, like greenhouse for Monte Carlo, and it was working. And then I went out there after probably neglecting it for like a week, and the Glad wrap had blown off and it had dried out and died. And I was like, this will work. But do I come back and say, hey, mine didn't work?
Aquamate just mentioned that 78% of the time it works every time.
Exactly.
Or 68% or 28% every time,
Or 13%.
Yeah, there you go.
And Kevin, just to answer your question, or not your question before, but what you said, you think lots of people get lots of subscribers, and yes, they definitely can. But this one here has had like almost 3,000 views, and it's got 17 subscribers, so it's definitely like done something, but hasn't been like massive or anything. So it is kind of cool. Those people wouldn't have found the channel without that.
I'm just saying that in order to get more, I feel like if you do shorts, there's more higher likelihood of getting people to actually click and see the video or the short, and there's more opportunity to get subscribers if that's what you're trying to do. Whereas if you're doing a video, usually it's more people who already know of your channel.
Yes.
Because they're going to be willing to come sit down and watch that long a video, or they are coming for some kind of information.
Or they only watch a certain type of video on their YouTube. If they're only watching fish videos, you will get only fish videos. If you watch only cloud videos, you will get only cloud videos.
Sure, but if you're into fish, you get those, and more people come in, but you also get more people who are in the fish hobby.
Yep. It's funny. I've got a few friends that support my videos. And they're not fish keepers. They're just really good friends and interested. And they come to me all the time and they're like, man, now I keep getting like told to watch this guy and that guy, all these fish people. And I'm like, yeah, that's YouTube going, oh, you like fish, so let's give you more. Blake's Aquatics not doing a live stream today.
What?
Well, Blake's Aquatics usually goes live tonight.
He
at 8 o'clock, not far from there.
He usually goes in like 2 hours though, or an hour and a half.
Hey, Kevin.
Because I'm usually in bed by then, or about to go to bed.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Kev.
What?
The next purchase you should buy is that connector for your computer so you can use the good microphone.
A wireless one.
Well, no, he got the same one I got.
Oh, okay.
It's like a professional looking one on an arm, and the spit guard and all that kind of stuff.
The best mic I have is this little thing. That's just the actual mic. And then there's another one that looks exactly like it that you plug into you can plug it into your phone, but I was having issues with it. Yeah, that's a lot better. But
I
can't plug this into a computer for streaming and stuff. I can't use this mic. I've got to use this thing.
Okay.
And it was only like $20-$30.
Aquamate. The problem for me though is if I want to stream from my phone and I have a lavalier mic and I need to plug it into my phone, but the problem with that is there's only one input or an output. So I can plug it into my phone, but then I can't speak. Or I can't listen.
What you can do is you get I haven't got one near me. You can get a connection that will have a mic and a headphone jack on it, and it goes into one. So you can plug it in, and it will reverse it, so you can have two ways. That's why
that doesn't make sense at all, though. Because how do the earbuds work? You can talk hear off of the earbuds. They're both.
Mine's was a USB. Sorry, it's USB-C, so it's not a mic jack. So it's a USB-C that then feeds to a mic input and a headphone output.
Yeah, because I have a Mac and I only have one, and it defaults to I only have one input and output, and it defaults.
Why can't you just get an external sound card? That would give you all the jacks you need.
How much is that though?
I would assume like $20 for a cheapo.
I think we talked about it, and it was more. What is it
called?
No,
that was a DAC. We were talking about a DAC last time.
What is it called?
Just an external sound card.
I'm sorry, GRB. As soon as I jumped up, everyone left the thing. Oh, he's gone. I'm trying to delete this. Admiral, did you have you had a different name last year or
Roundhouse. Roundhouse Aquatics. I still have it.
Oh, so it's a different channel.
No, I change the name every once in a while.
Yeah, because we've
on my little title card.
That's right.
He just likes being nutty. He just likes being nutty on streams and comes up as different names.
I haven't joined in on streams for a year, really. I enjoy it. I just it's mainly Americans that were streaming, so it was really hard to join in because I'll be at work or asleep.
Well, I usually do streams at around 10 my time, so 2.5 hours. I guess is when 2.5 hours before this is when I usually start. Sometimes we can go for a while though.
Oh, I don't think I'm subscribed to you, to be honest, Kevin, but I will.
But I think I'm the only one that really goes at that time. Everybody else is asleep.
The last American of the day, Kev.
See, I change it every once in a while.
There we go. I am now subscribed, Kev, so I will see those hopefully next time you do them.
Yeah, because I'm usually the only one that goes that late. Because everybody else usually goes.
Where do you live?
I live in California near San Francisco.
Yeah, because I know Aquarium Thoughts is sometimes up this late, and then Jesse's in Hawaii. He's sort of pretty close to my time, and then GRB it's still 5:20 there. 5:30?
But Jesse doesn't do live streams. Jesse will occasionally go on them, but he doesn't do live streams.
I was messaging him today, and I was like, "Why have I not seen videos from you?"
Kevin, to answer your question, I'm looking at one for $849, $851, $29.99, $19.99.
Okay.
And it's all USB.
Yeah.
They just plug right into your USB.
I don't have USB for my iPhone.
Get a real computer.
I'm talking. Oh, I can do that. Yeah, I'm also talking about my Mac though, or not for my Mac, but for my phone.
Your phone has USB. You would just have to get the change from whatever USB you have on your phone to normal USB.
Okay. I think it's Lightning.
So GRB, what's plans for
Oh,
this
that's
evening?
right. Mac does use Lightning for charging.
No, for iPhone.
That's Mac.
No, that's Apple. Lightning is for iPhone.
Lightning
Whoa.
is a Mac thing because my buddy has a desktop that has Lightning in it.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, he pretty sure he
No.
does.
It's either 3.0. I'm telling you, it's either 3.0, it's USB 3.0, or it's USB-C.
No, because it's literally a Macintosh connect. Oh, maybe it's FireWire or something. I don't know. It's one of those Macintosh only things.
Lightning.
Lightning. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But that's for iPhones.
Don't know.
So
Sorry, Echo, mate. I missed the question before.
What's up for this evening?
For this evening?
Yeah.
Not a lot. I've had a nice roast chicken lunch with a couple of red wines, so pretty cruisy right now.
Beautiful.
And won't be doing a great deal more productive stuff for the evening, that's for sure.
you just made me think of a picture my friend sent me earlier today. She was at the grocery store. She sent me a picture. Whole chicken in a can.
Oh yeah, I've had that once before.
I'm kind of scratching my head on that.
I think it's like, I don't know, I might be wrong, but I think it's got like a vinegar or something to preserve it rather than let it go off. But yeah,
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how they can fit a whole chicken. You know, I'm assuming a whole chicken would be the bones and everything. How do you fit that in a can? But as soon as I saw it, I kind of threw up in my mouth a little bit because to me, that's just something you shouldn't buy.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not chicken? Are you sure it's not lard?
Well, I must
Yeah,
admit,
because it's that whole
it
chicken.
does sound a bit suspicious me having roast chicken for lunch today after getting rid of the roost, saying that I got rid of the roosters yesterday to the Rangers, but and now I'm having roast chicken mysteriously.
What do you mean saying? You didn't actually get rid of them?
No, I did actually get rid of them.
Yeah, Sweet Sue canned whole chicken.
Huh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
To me, that's like buying sushi from a gas station. It's just you don't do it.
That sounds foul. Ha ha ha.
I've got to go because I've got to go and cook dinner. I've got to go get that chicken in a can out for me and my son for dinner.
Let me know how it is.
No, I'm going to make butter chicken, not out of a can.
Nice.
But it was awesome catching up with you guys, and thanks for having me up.
Thanks, Aquaman.
Thanks, Aqua, mate. Thanks for coming up, mate. Awesome to see you.
Anytime. I'll see you guys soon.
Have fun.
Yep.
See you, mate.
So, Kevin, I just found exactly what you need. An external audio mixing sound card, USB.
So, Roundhouse, can you share a link? Whatever, like not a link.
Yeah.
Share the page and I'll bring it up so Kevin can have a look at it or whatever, or not.
If he
Does
puts
that
it in
not help?
private, he can do it. I don't know if you want him to be a mod. It is Roundhouse after
I don't
all.
have. I don't need to be a mod to put it in private.
That's why I said I would assume he'd put it in private because I don't think you'd want to make Roundhouse a mod.
I don't
That's
want to be a mod. Ooh, I don't know if that'll
You can
take. Oh yeah, it
definitely
did.
be a mod.
Okay.
I don't know. Is that? Oh, there is a huge, humongous link.
Yeah.
That's
It's
it.
a Walmart. Well, this one I just so happened seen it at Walmart, but it's $25.59.
What do I do? Click on that and it appears in the
It'll open up a browser. Yeah.
browser, does it? So then I can sort of share it that way somehow. Yeah, right.
But it has
I've
all
got
your
one of
knobs
those,
and
the V8.
buttons and everything. I mean, it's probably exactly what you're looking for
V8.
for streaming.
It even does crow calls. I don't know if I can make this work, but we'll have a go.
What was it that I forget? Oh, I'm gonna see.
Is that it? That's
I
one of
heard a
those
crow.
complete. So you get sound effects with it.
Oh.
I got one of those for the mic, and I'm now no longer using that mic, so that sucks. But it was very, very, very reasonably priced, and works well. The kids love it. They have a great time.
Yeah, that's how his microphone was until he broke it as soon as he got it.
I didn't break it.
Did you ever get that piece?
No, I haven't gotten it yet.
I'd write to him again. I'm still waiting on that piece for you to send.
Oh, that piece. Yeah, I just can't plug it into my computer.
Oh, okay.
I just can't plug it into my computer because then I can't hear jack shit. Once I plug it in, I can't hear anything.
Okay.
So there's no point.
And I'm sorry, that's really crappy of Apple Macintosh. It's like, seriously, why would you only give one jack?
Most only give you one jack.
No.
What a USB jack you're talking?
No, audio jack.
A lot of computers only give you one.
Yeah, right.
No.
But you can buy double, triple, quadruple adapters.
Maybe laptops, but no. Desktops, I guarantee you they have at least 3.
Desktops. I'm talking about laptops.
Hold on, let me go look at my older laptop.
It only has one audio, but I've got a 7-way USB hub thing that I attach to the one USB in my old laptop, which is just
Yeah, it must be a new thing because my older laptop has both audio input and output, but the newer touchscreen one only has one, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a lot of companies are trying to make their products smaller so they don't give you as much in them.
Yeah, because a second eighth-inch audio jack takes up so much room.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, isn't it?
I mean, it's not like what was the old style, the home stereo. What was that? 1/4 inch?
Yeah.
It's not some. I mean, it's a little dinky like headphone Walkman jack.
Yeah, that's it. The old 1/4 inch took up a bit of room, but these little.
Okay, all I can say roundhouse. All I can say roundhouse.
I can't even remember.
Roundhouse.
I'm here. I can hear you. You're standing right in front of the camera.
All I can say is, for some reason, on the iPhones, they took away the fucking lightning cable or audio jack and just have the lightning.
Yeah, because Apple sucks. I remember when they were doing that. A lot of people stopped buying Apple because of that. That second link I just posted is a cheapo USB sound card thing.
What is the wait? What is this? What was the first link?
The first link is the with all the buttons and everything. You can do the volume and it's literal whole sound card externally that you can control with buttons.
And they are for very cheap. They're amazing what they can do.
This is the splitter that you were the splitter style.
It makes crow noises.
Although I do not like sound on USB.
There's a couple of other ones. What else is there on this? On this one, there's 3 songs. One is this song.
Oh my God, what is that? Sheryl Crow or something?
Yeah, something like that, isn't it? And then this one.
Ooh, Snoop Dogg.
And then that one.
I don't even know what that is.
They're only short snippets of whatever they are. As I said, the kids love them. They have a ball playing here.
What you could do, I was just thinking about this. What you could do, the nice microphone you have, you plug that into your audio jack on the laptop. You then get this and use the headphone jack from this. Because it's better because it's a quarter-inch jack, or I'm sorry, eighth-inch jack. From what I understand, USB microphones are not as good as jack microphones. And this is a USB connectors. So in essence, it would be a USB microphone. Use that just for your sound out. And then the microphone you'd plug directly into the laptop.
What? Okay, so I'd have to buy another.
I just posted. That's the second link in the private chat. It's $8.51. It's a USB thing with two audio jacks in it.
Yep. For
headphones.
Oh my God! It doesn't matter for headphones. It's audio jacks, headphones, computer jacks, headphone jacks—they're all the same.
I believe one of those adapters came with the sound card that I got. So there's one of those adapters included with the deal, with the sound card, which is I believe I got both of them. I did get one. I don't know if it came with that or what, but I'm pretty sure that's what it came with.
So one's USB and one's a jack. Okay. I'm trying to find
an adapter.
Well, no, I don't know. I don't know what the knob thing is. The first link I posted, I don't know what type of connection that is. But you said you have a headphone jack on your computer that's either one or the other.
It's USB.
The microphone gets plugged into that jack. Your headphones would get plugged into this adapter, which goes in the USB.
The sound card is connects via USB, which pretty well covers everything. And then you've also got multiple connections on the back for 2 microphones, 2 phones, and 2 speaker outlet as well. So it's quite amazing what you get for a little tiny box, reasonably priced.
How much?
You get,
Look
I
it
think
up.
I paid about $25 with the mic.
How much was it, GRB?
About $25 or so with the mic I got it for, but that was like that was a pretty cheap deal compared to some of the others. They're more like around 50 Australian. That's Australian dollars, so US dollars is like about $3.50.
Okay, so on the back, can I zoom in even more? Yeah. We have a dynamic mic, which looks to be like a quarter-inch jack, a mic, a headset, a headphone. What would that be? Mini? Those look like mini USB. Mini USB auxiliary in, mini USB phone 1, mini USB phone 2.
Yeah.
Wow, that really does look nice. I might have to get one of these.
As I said, it's only cheap and nasty, but it works. And it has crow calls.
And how would the dynamic mic, would that be the out to the computer itself?
Dynamic mic, I don't know. I've got it connected to my
and it comes with the cables and everything.
To my audio monitors, audio monitor speakers. I've got it connected to that, so I get they're basically like stereo computer speakers, whatever, that I use.
Holy crap!
Through my guitar amplifiers and everything.
You see it now? It's impressive looking. Treble, bass.
there's
record,
much better
accompany, you can do reverb.
There's much better ones for not a lot more money as well. So which give you a lot more.
Yeah, this one looks even more. This one has even more buttons and stuff. This is only $18. What I did was I just went onto like Bing or Google and typed in external sound card.
Yeah. Yep. That's the first way that I got connected, so I could start recording through my laptop, and it's been really handy. As I said, I don't use that. I've got an audio interface. Behringer.
See, my motherboard has pretty much all that built into it.
Well, so I was looking at because I had asked Rob what he used, and he said he used a Black Magic.
Yeah,
ATEM Mini, I think it was. Yeah, it's a Black Magic ATEM Mini, and I'm like, holy crap, that's expensive.
Yeah, some of them. I mean, it all depends. It's like buying a Ford versus a Cadillac, or a Ford versus a Lincoln, or a Buick versus a Cadillac. You know, one is going to be better. They're both going to do the same thing, though.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's right. There.
I mean, I remember back in the day when stereos were a thing. You know, you could go buy a cheapo Sanyo from Radio Shack, or you could go to the like JCPenney's or Sears or Montgomery Ward's and buy a top of the line Pioneer.
Right.
They all did the same thing.
Pioneer gear. Don't you miss that, man?
Man, I want to go. Man, I'm begging my parents to go up in my parents' attic because I know my old 1978 Pioneer is up there.
Right. Beautiful. Yeah.
An old base. It's like home stereo. It's all the wood grain and all that.
Yeah, exactly. My father's got those still. They're still going. He's had them since the 70s.
And I'm sorry, the sound out of the old stuff was so much better than the new stuff.
It is. It's just amazing. Although I've got a Marshall stack guitar amplifier, which is the sound out of that is quite amazing. That's fairly modern.
I gutted an old cabinet stereo from like 1978 because I wanted the cabinet. I want to build a fish tank in it. The stereo itself was shot. It went through a bunch of moves and was rattled around, and it just didn't work anymore. I ended up selling the amp section of it, $400.
Wow.
And I didn't even clean it up. I literally unbolted it. It was still all dusty and dirty and stuff because it was tube.
Yep.
And I'm not paying the money to get tubes from Russia. I mean, maybe on my parents' system, because there's an 8-foot Zenith. This was just like a 4 to 5 foot. It was a Montgomery Ward.
Yeah, there's some of that old gear, 1970s electronics and everything made in Japan. And
this was made in America. A Zenith cabinet stereo, 8 foot long.
Wow.
18-inch woofers in it. 2 of them, one on each side, along with everything, all the other ranges. It's either a 3 or a 4-speed record player with a drop system.
Wow.
And what a drop system is you used to put like 5 or 6 records on this contraption, and it would drop the record and play the record, and then pull the arm over, drop the next record.
Yep.
It was really good for Christmas. You just throw some Christmas records in and, put the tree up and decorate and stuff. And you had all day music.
And slash your wrists. I'm listening for too much Christmas music.
Oh, and it was too. My mom was a wiring genius. She built a switch box on the back of this unit, and it was plumbed to every single room. It was garage, basement, back porch, kitchen, bathroom, everything. Yeah.
Amazing. That's awesome. Well, I've found that with wiring and that for some reason these days that you got to go through if you want to go any distance with audio cables. You need to go through the roof on price.
Oh yeah.
Where in the 1970s it was basically a standard cable you could run from your house out to your garage in a different building.
Oh, my mom used everything
without any trouble and with cheap cable. And now you've got to pay like hundreds of dollars for cable to move it 10 meters.
The longest run, she used electrical cord, extension cord. She just cut the ends off and wired the electrical cord in.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because it wasn't that. I mean, it was a. I'm gonna call it a loud speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Like the. Have you ever seen Blues Brothers?
Yeah.
The speaker that they put on top of the car, that was the style of the speaker that we had in our garage. It was awesome. It wasn't a stereo speaker per se.
Yeah. I've actually seen one of those at a garage sale and thought I had to buy it, but I didn't because I thought was an unattainable price. So I didn't buy it, but I should have because it was identical looking to the Blues Brothers speaker. Just to own one would be amazing.
The coolest thing I ever found at a garage sale was for $5. It was a 1968 tube tester, and it worked.
Wow! Yeah, awesome.
I kept it for maybe 10 years. I ended up selling it for $2,500.
Wow! Yeah, amazing.
And I kick myself. I kick myself in the ass every day for doing it.
Yeah, right.
Roundhouse? Why is it when I plug it in, it's not turning on? Or at least it's not giving me the option to use it.
What do you plug it in? Your dildo, a speaker, a camera, what?
Camera.
It might be a bad USB cable.
It's the one you told me to buy.
I don't know. It might be a bad USB. I don't know. Does other stuff work in it? Do you have a printer?
Yeah.
Do you have a printer?
Nope.
What else would USB? Printers, scanner? You have a scanner?
Nope.
Do you have anything that's USB? Do 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 do.
I don't know.
No, I don't know. I would say test it. It might be a bad cable.
And what are you plugging in, Kev?
A camera.
Right.
Here, plug the camera directly into the computer. Does the camera work?
And then have a look on your system and see if you can choose which camera. Maybe it's picking the camera off your laptop or whatever instead of that. And you have the option to swap cameras.
Just so you know, it's very, very hard to troubleshoot on a live stream because you kind of need the computer in front of you to troubleshoot.
Like my camera at the moment isn't using the USB camera because the USB camera is just crap. So the laptop is kicked in and is working. And when I go to the camera, I get the option to pick which camera.
Yeah, I have 4 cameras plugged into my computer currently.
Wow, yeah. See, that's it. That's
I
want to get cameras onto my fish tanks and stuff like that.
That's what I have. I got they're 1080. No. Yeah, 1080p, 60 frames per second, super autofocus.
Right.
They focus like every second or so. So it always keeps the fish in focus. Yeah. I have one upstairs. I have one downstairs. I have my 1080p 30 frames per second manual focus for this camera. Oh, wrong button. This one. And then I have one out my window watching well, I don't use it anymore because the squatters got kicked out now. But the landlord was having me watch the traffic and everything because they were selling drugs and everything out of there.
Yeah.
For evidence in their eviction. But they didn't even get to go to court because the judge looked at the paperwork and didn't even call him up. He just said, guilty, evicted.
Dr. Black, good to see you. How you going,
I laughed.
Mate? Feel free to jump up if you wish. I think the link's pinned at the top of the YouTube chat.
But
Blake Squadex. Blake,
you were
weren't sure. Are you going today or what? Haven't seen anything. So yeah,
you were saying how you didn't know what Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse is I think he's either 17 still or now 18-year-old person. That was up in Kenosha during the riots, and he ended up killing 2 people and vaporizing someone's bicep because they were attacking him. And they're charging him. And I've been watching this for the 8 days. It's 8 hours a day. The prosecution, I swear to God, is a cross between a piece of cheese and a monkey.
Yeah, right.
Their star witness said, yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse was defending his life. It was self-defense. The state's star witness testified on behalf of the person that they're suing.
That's amazing.
Oh, I love it. Hollywood Hollywood wishes it could make stuff this entertaining.
Exactly. Oh, so mid-moving house, of course. Blake, that's cool, mate. Must be very exciting.
Speaking about moving house, how's Chubbs? Anyone know how Chubbs is?
No, I haven't seen since stream the other day. So
yeah. If he turns into another fucking fish, I don't know. I'm starting to think the fish family is bad luck.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It's not wasn't looking too promising there for a while, so I don't know. Hopefully he's all right. Hopefully it's got it sorted.
FYI, you're muted, Kevin.
Thanks. I don't know what's going on with him. All I know is, didn't he ask for money for like 3 times?
Who? Fuggin?
No.
Oh, Chubbs. Well, I know he wasn't asking for money, but people were offering money when he came home and found his electric off and stuff like that, and his woman or something skipped town with the money or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember the backstory. I don't think he was necessarily asking for money, but he was accepting it.
Don't know. Yeah, I just hope he can get himself a regular gig on a boat. Get things worked out. Yeah, it doesn't sound too good for him.
Yeah. I don't know about tugboat, but the shipping boats are all messed up right now.
Yeah.
Supposedly all the boats that were waiting in California because the Californians aren't doing their job, they're now going to Florida, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's I've actually made a. Actually, we were talking about it before Roundhouse, or not really talking about it, but just briefly in chat. I asked your opinion on that. Oh, sorry, I forgot what it's called now. What's it called? AliExpress.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories about that place.
Right. Yeah, it's like a lot of it is all obviously Chinese rip-offs of products, like guitars, Gibson guitars, and all this
Yeah.
and whatever that they sell. The Chinese rip-offs, and they sell for fairly cheap prices.
I watch a computer guy that buys every once in a while. He buys stuff from there. Oh yeah, I got a 3080 Ti video card, and it's like nowhere close. It's not even a 1050.
Yeah,
They just changed the fan shrouds and reprogram the card to come up as saying it's a 3080 and stuff, but it's not.
Right. I got a I got sent this recommendation for these guitar pedals, and like the company, although basically a China-based company, like all the guitar pedals and that these days, I suppose, but you could order them from the website through like a US-based website, but they wouldn't, or to ship to Australia was crazy money, or they wouldn't ship to Australia or something. And they linked you to the AliExpress, of their AliExpress page. And I ordered through them. It took 4 days from China to get here.
Damn.
Man,
it must be nice to live in Australia.
I was shocked, absolutely shocked. It was
because
I don't know how that happened.
It takes like a month and a half to get stuff from China in the U.S. in Chicagoland area.
Anything else that I've ordered from China recently has taken 6 weeks easily.
Yeah.
This thing took 4 days, or 4 or 5 days, and it was here. And I got a message saying that I'm expecting a delivery today, and thought, oh, hang on, that must be a scam. You know, there's no way. I'm not expecting any deliveries. And it was the thing that was 5 days. I'd ordered 5 days ago through this. So whether they've got some Australian base, but apparently it's all come from China and that, I don't. But so that's my first experience with AliExpress. And yeah, and it's positive, very positive so far. The guitar pedal is perfect and exactly as described, and in excellent condition.
I think it's official. We can say it. Hell has frozen over. AliExpress has done something good.
That's right. Exactly. I definitely won't be ordering guitars or any big ticket items through there. That's for sure.
No, AliExpress. Well, Wish is another bad one, Blake. But the guy, what was it? Linus Tech Tips? He bought a video. He bought a video card. Well, he's bought a lot of stuff through AliExpress over the years. Because he has so much money, because his sponsorships and stuff. He can throw money away. Yeah. One thing he bought was a server CPU. It was like $10,000, and it was fake.
Wow.
What they did was they took the cover off of a real one and put it on a different one.
Yeah.
To the point where they took the cover off and the old cover was still underneath it, or something to that effect. They just put the new cover over the old cover and glued it.
Yeah, right.
You know, with the name and everything, Intel, Q9550, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So So yeah, that's my positive experience for the week. So it's always good to have a win.
I'm. What day is it today? I can't even remember. Is it Friday? Thursday?
Thursday here.
Thursday.
Thursday in Australia. Yeah.
Yes. 3:00 in the morning on Thursday here too.
Right.
I got a Ken's Fish order coming either today or tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Can't wait. I'm replacing some of my filters because I got hard water and they're fine sponges, and it's turning them into bricks. It's such a fine sponge. Right. The calcium is getting stuck in the sponges.
And they do. They can turn, as you say, like a brick. It's just incredible.
I went to squeeze one out and it literally crumbled into dust.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, I guess I've got it, Okay, so 2 number 5 Pro ATI filters for that tank. And then I got 2 extras for the 20. I ended up getting the 4 filters, 2 for the low boy and then 2 for 20, 1 each for 2 20 gallons. A pound of flake food, a half a pound of medicated flake, and Red Sea salt.
We've got an Australian online fish products company, which I bought sponge filters from, like the typical aquarium co-op style filter that I bought probably 20 years ago. And I'm part of the Perth Cichlid Society Club here in Perth, Australia, and we did a club order. So we ended up buying hundreds of filters for.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I buy too.
For next to nothing, it was. They were cheap as chips, and these things, it's still like brand new condition. They're all just perfect. There's nothing wrong with any of them. I'm 20 years old. I've got others like those cheap blue triangle sponge filters that they used to make. I don't know if they still make.
The Lee's Corner ones, yeah.
And they're just a sponge filter, but they were triangle shaped.
Yeah, like an inch tall.
Yep. And those things are still immaculate. Well, not immaculate, but still work fine. That's what I run my saltwater tank, my little 5-gallon saltwater tank, with one of those.
Yeah, I was telling Kevin the other day.
It works for some reason.
I was telling Kevin the other day that you can run saltwater on a sponge filter. Yeah. My buddy used to do it on one of those corner plastic sponge or bubble filters.
Gotcha. Yeah, those box filters.
Box filters.
Yeah, exactly. They were great. They work well. I actually never used them, but have seen people use them.
That's how I started out.
Room, and their fish room is immaculate, and they're just amazing.
That's what I used to use 30 years ago. When I was doing fish as kids and stuff, my tanks were the box filters, and then I started switching to the bio wheels.
That's when they were. That was their days. 30 years ago, wasn't it? They were just really. I mean,
to the point where it's a shelf with the tubes that you hook the tube in. They always broke, so you always had to glue them back together.
Right.
And then you had to put it in nice, you had to be gentle with it then, when it always used to break again when you were sticking in the angel hair.
Okay.
Because you had to shove it down to, with some force, and it would always put pressure and pop the glue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Okay, right. Yeah, but it's amazing.
With an actual piston air pump, a wheeled piston air pump.
Okay.
Which I've been trying to find again, man, but they're so expensive. Oh man. It's like a little steam engine. It's just a wheel that turns, and on the wheel is a crankshaft with a piston. And with the wheel turning, it pushes the piston in and out. And Matt, $300-$400 now to buy them because they're vintage.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, I'm not that into vintage to pay $300 for an air pump that I just want for show.
Yeah, well, that's right. No, I've got the old boy. I can't remember the name. I think it's something like Halia, Halea. I think air pumps, and I've got a couple of those which are 30 years old.
Man,
Just little
that-
2-valve
I think
ones
that sounds familiar.
with the dial on the top, the dial controller
Yep.
on the top of them, and they're just little black box with 2 inlets, and I can run 6, 8 tanks off them quite easily. And as I said, they're 30 years old.
Yep.
And they just work perfectly still.
They made stuff quality.
Might have a bit of noise to them, but well, one of them doesn't at all, has zero noise. It still works perfectly, but I think the other one's getting a little bit noisy, but still works fine. Just amazing. I think that's the company, and I'm trying to think. I think it's, I can't remember now, but as I said, Halia or something like that, and they make bigger pumps and like as well that are all out there on the market, and then I believe they were bought out by one of the bigger, well-known companies like years ago, or maybe they're the company that bought out all the others. I can't remember. One of the two. There's a story to it. I need to learn or relearn and communicate it to you because, they're an amazing company. But that's the thing with air pumps. I think everyone's going to the linear pistons and,
Oh yeah, they're nice.
in a fish room, it's just the only way to go.
I got the Gemco downstairs, and it runs my whole house, upstairs and downstairs.
Yep. Yeah, so most of my tanks are filterless, or either that or like big display tanks are run by canisters. So I've got run a few sponge filters here and there in various tanks. And, I only have a couple of little air pumps that run those, and that's it. But if I went like my fish shed, most of the tanks in there, not 80% probably of the tanks are filterless. So just plants in small
I had to rob from Peter to pay Paul. I had to go with a central air system for the filtration on all the tanks because every tank had to have a heater.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Being that it's in an unfinished basement, I didn't want to, it had to have a heater, period. I couldn't heat the room.
Yep.
So what?
That's it.
Why did you need to have a central air system then?
I can't hear you. Okay, I guess he's not going to repeat it. Nope. I heard him say something, and I could tell it was a question, but to me it sounded muffled.
Why did you need a central air system?
Oh, are you not listening? Because I had to put a heater in every tank.
I heard that. Why does heaters and central air system matter? I'm confused the correlation between the two.
Power.
Oh. Got it.
And, it was either a filter on every tank or a heater on every tank. Because you got to remember, this house was built in, we got the jankiest electric here. We don't even have 100 amp service in this building.
Oh.
Where usually you're at least 100 amp. Some of the new houses are 200 amp? But yeah, I just an ATI Pro 5 times 2 in the 55s. The low boy has 2 of them. Everything else has one.
Yeah, right.
But eventually I'm going, because I mean, the filters I have now, the sponge filters, I do like, and they're dirt cheap. They're from the CLL, the suction cup dual sponge ones that go on the side of the tank.
Yeah, right.
With the up tube and all that. But the
Yeah.
sponges are too fine. I've been trying to find a place to get sponges that'll fit it, but with a coarse sponge.
Yeah.
But I can't find anything. So I'm just going the original ATIs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky thing about replacing sponges on those. It's, you can try and make your own and all that, and they'll never work as they're supposed
because you
to.
cannot drill. I mean, you would have to core for the tube.
Yeah.
You can't just make a line because it will spread the tube and the water will go through the openings instead of through the sponge.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it goes through the path of least resistance.
That's where most of your troubles lie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right there. So
and I literally even custom sponge places. I was going to have custom sponge, and they're like, dude, we don't even know how to drill a hole through a sponge like that.
Yeah.
Because I gave them an example. I'm like, I want one of these, but I want it to look this type. The coarse pro sponge.
Outdoors with Big Matt. Hello.
But I just gave up. I'll spend the $11 a tank and buy all new filters.
Yeah, I agree. G'day, Big Matt. How you going? Hope you're having a good afternoon, morning, whatever it is.
I wonder if they'll call me for my car today. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah. For your car?
Yeah.
In the shop,
I had right down the street. But I had an oil leak in my head gasket, or the valve cover gasket. So I took it in and they redid it. And because there was so much oil, we didn't know, what else was leaking. Well, I also have an intake manifold leak.
Oh, okay.
So it's in the shop getting the intake manifold gasket, which was really pissing me off because I just spent $6,000 like 3 years ago getting the engine rebuilt at a Mustang restoration place.
Yeah, right.
And you want to see how good they were? This is how good they were. Where would it be?
I just feel confident that you could sell it for nearly $50,000 over here if you wanted to. Probably any sort of Mustang.
I shared my screen. I walked in the third or fourth day they had it, and this is what I saw. That's all my engine parts on the fucking ground in kitty litter.
Oh my god!
As soon as I saw that, I should have pulled everything.
Yeah.
Kitten litter?
Oh,
Why
wow.
is it in kitty litter?
Why is it in kitty litter? Because it's a oil dry.
Soaking.
Oh.
This is a 1967 Mustang they're using as a workbench for my engine parts. and I'm like, dude, if that was my car, I'd kill you.
Yeah. Far out.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, Jesus.
You're not wrong about total rebuild, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this was... That was my crank.
Yeah.
And you want to know something? The thing still ran. Even with all that damage, it still ran. The 5.0 Mustang, they're like indestructible. They make a lot of noise, but you'll still run them.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, and then I post a review and put these pictures up, and then they threatened to sue my father because at the time I didn't have the money, so he wrote a check to get the engine rebuilt, and I paid him back, but he threatened to sue my father.
Why is that? Because of the photos?
Well, no, because I said I would never take my car back to him because it's called Mustang Restoration, and they're so good. And I'm like, dude, they did a shit job. The check engine light was still on when I got it back. They only because I said the engine needs to be rebuilt and the check engine light, fix that. Well, they never did the check engine light. They just rebuilt the engine.
Yeah.
And literally like 6 months later, I was like 50 miles outside of the warranty. 6 months later, I noticed the oil was leaking out of the gaskets already from the valve covers. And I'm like, dude, I just don't have the money to fix it right now.
Do it again, yeah.
Screw that shit, yeah.
That's right. Sucks.
But yeah, it was a horror story.
Yeah, they were definite money pits, the old vehicles, or it can be.
Yeah. But currently, I bought it with 90,000 miles on it.
Right.
And it's a 94. 94 was its own year. What sucks is it's OBD1/OBD2. So depending on what you got to fix, you got to do OBD1 or OBD2. You know how they can just plug the computer into the car and figure out what's wrong? Nope, not mine. You gotta jump or shit and like turn the key and count the check engine light blinks for the code numbers on OBD1. But yeah, it's a 94 convertible.
Awesome.
That I bought with 90,000 miles on it. It has 130,000 on it now.
It said like Australia, Mustangs old Mustangs are 50 grand and new Mustangs are 100 grand.
Oh, I'd sell it for 50 grand, sure. Because I got $5,000 on an engine rebuild, what was it, 2,500 for the trans rebuild, $5,000 I threw a new top on it this last summer for $5,000. I will never buy a convertible again.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, seriously, $5,000? I'll bring you the parts. I can buy the parts from the company for like $500 total.
Wow.
But what made mine, because I have the special glass window. Usually they were plastic windows with no defrost. Some of them had glass windows with no defrost. The only thing my car doesn't have is the CD player. Everything else is fully loaded.
Right.
So I got the glass defrost rear glass, which ups that piece to like $300 instead of $50.
Yeah.
Damn.
And of course, part of the top is part of the window.
S. How you going? Is it S or is that dollar sign?
About time.
Yeah, I had a friend who bought a 67, I'm thinking, Mustang. I think she paid about 30 grand back in like 1990. 30 grand Australian, and I reckon they're probably going for about 100 now Australian.
In 2009, my dad bought a GT 500.
Yep.
In 2013, he traded the GT 500 in on a 2013 convertible GT because he liked my convertible.
Right.
He didn't pay a dime.
Yeah, right.
Because the GT 500 was paid off already. He traded in the 500 on the GT, walked out with the car and $45,000 cash.
Wow, yeah. Unreal.
Because it only had like 15 or 1,600 miles on it.
Yeah. Crazy.
My mom hated it because it was a hard shifting car. My dad didn't like it because it was stick, because he has bad knees too. After a while, it just started bothering him.
Yeah, exactly. I'd never go back to a manual or stick car. Never. Stuck on automatics now. My back is.
I had a Ranger that was a stick shift, and honestly, I think everyone should learn on a stick.
Yeah.
All the driver's ed cars should be stick.
Yeah.
Because it takes no skill at all to do an automatic. A monkey can do it.
Okay, great. And
if you're taught to drive on an automatic, you can only drive, we'll say, half the cars, because the other half are manual. If you learn on a manual, you can drive all the cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like I said, a monkey can move a gear lifter to R or D or 1 or 2 or whatever.
But it's easier to learn. But if you're just learning, don't you want to learn what's easier and then move to harder?
No. No, not at all. Because it's not harder.
No.
I learned, I'm dead serious, I learned stick when I was 8 years old by sitting in the passenger seat and watching my dad drive his Pinto. The first time I got into a stick shift car and drove, it was a $300,000 car.
Yep.
It was at my work. I worked at a high-end body shop. We did antique restoration and body shop work. He said, this car needs a front end alignment. We did the body work. It needs a front end alignment. Take it down to the place down the street to get the front end alignment. I'm like, okay. And I get into it and I'm like, so I walk back in. I'm like, dude, you do know I don't drive stick. He's like, it's not that hard. Just go.
Yeah.
No problems whatsoever. Oh, it was fun though. 89 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour. Oh, that car got up and went.
Yeah. We got like the XY Falcon, Ford Falcon Shakers over here, which is like the fastest 4-door car in the world.
Yeah, and because I used to know a guy back in the day when I used to play a train game that lived in Australia, and we would talk cars.
Yep.
When he showed me that Falcon, I'm like, oh, I'm in love. I want one. I so want one.
Huh, interesting, Holly.
These things that do, I can't remember all the maths to it all the numbers, but the numbers through the gears were just incredible.
It was a 7-speed transmission. The one I was looking at was a 7-speed transmission. It was a 5.7 or 8 liter V8 with dual superchargers.
Yeah, wow.
Or turbochargers or something. It was one on each side, one for each bank. This thing, you looked at this engine and you just knew this thing got up and hauled.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. The numbers they used to do, like even the 4-speed, like they'd be doing, I can't remember, as I said, but it's something scary. Like it was pushing 100 mile an hour in third.
Yeah. It was stock. This car, lowest stock of the Falcon of the year I was looking at was like 497 horsepower.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they're high. They're like Camaro. They're like Corvettes. Hell, they honestly blow the doors off a Corvette.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I believe it's still to today is the fastest 4-door car ever. Yeah. And
it was it a Taurus base? It was based on like the Ford Taurus. Because I don't think it was as big as the Crown Vic.
Yeah, I don't know. Just always pretty original. Just the XY Falcon. I don't know what it was sort of based on or whatever. I suppose it going back through though, the Falcons have been going for a while. The Australian Falcons for a few years before that. They came with that one, but more rounded shape, and then this became more of a square.
Yeah,
just an awesome racing car,
And they even had a wagon.
Yeah,
which you don't see. It was an El Camino looking car. You don't see, they haven't done that since I think like the 70s in the U.S.
Yep, they have. They came out in wagons, utes, and panel van. So you had like a full van behind you could sleep in. So people in the 70s and that they decked them out with felt
they turned them into shaggin' wagons.
Lights, shaggin' wagons, exactly. Red lights and all sorts of shit in there. It's just amazing. But they're just the design. They were rust machines.
Oh yeah.
They the drainage off the roof and so forth caused too much caught in too many places and caused rust spots. So most of them are gone. They've rusted away to nothing. So it's a shame.
My parents, they take care of their cars. They had a 2004 Lincoln Town car. My dad turned the corner and caught the wheel on the curb and popped the wheel. So he had, because he can't do it. He called the AAA. They came and changed the tire for him. And the guy took the tire out of the thing and goes, "Sir, can you come look at your trunk?" All you saw was the ground.
Yeah, right.
Like the only thing that was holding the wheel in the trunk area was the screw that went to it.
Yeah.
The whole oh man.
The wheel itself was the whole base.
The wheel. Well, no, the wheel, like the wheel well part that the wheel sat in the trunk, was all rusted out. Yeah, it was gone.
It was gone. Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, because it's a garage kept car.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? That certain vehicles just had those rust spots, and they were just terrible. They just capture it and rot away.
Yep.
Even if kept as you say, garaged cars. Even it's amazing. I had a Holden panel van, which was amazing, but the missus made me trade that in.
No way! Is it today? Worky that. Ghostbusters, was that coming out the 11th or the 19th?
Oh, I don't know. I did hear there was a new Ghostbusters coming.
Yeah,
out.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Creaky Fish Lady, how are you? Good to see you. Driver stick. Yeah.
It's out. Oh man, I gotta start looking for that. Because you know damn well they're gonna be stupid and release it on like Netflix or some crap in the digital form. Well, I know what my Windscribe is going to be doing tomorrow or later today.
Right. So how much are these new movies on this? Like to download and stuff.
Dude, it doesn't cost me a dime.
Oh, okay.
How?
I already told you how. Remember Windscribe and torrents?
Oh, wait. But you still have to pay for Windscribe.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. You pay like $5.
You can get like 16 gigabytes a month for free.
How long does that last you?
I get it every month because I signed up for the account. You get like 10 gigs. I had someone else sign up, so I got another 5 gigs, and then I liked them on Twitter or something like that, or posted something on Twitter, so I got another gig a month. So I'm limited to like 16 gigs. If I pay for it, I get unlimited.
Yep.
You have unlimited. That's why you pay for it. You get unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing with there's a lot of the products out there that have that sort of setup, like StreamYard, where you get your 20 free or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't advertise it too much. So people think that they have to pay.
Well, they're so good, they don't advertise at all anymore.
Yeah, right.
They used to have an affiliate program, and they canceled it because they became Well, they became popular enough that they don't do an affiliate program anymore.
Okay. Yep.
And they've never had a data breach like what was it, NordVPN did? I think it was Nord that got hacked and they got all the people's information and stuff.
Okay, right. Yeah.
They don't log. And it comes with a bunch of free stuff. Like a anti pop up. When you get the paid version, you get something called Robert, an anti pop up, and you can do DNS forwarding and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Every once in a while, I do pay for it. Like when I was doing NCIS, the 16 season or the 19 seasons, that was definitely going to be more than 16 gigabytes, a month. So I bought it for a month, and I got the whole series.
Okay.
But usually, unless I'm going back and doing a whole series like I did with NCIS, I already, I keep up with them. So it's only, when the show comes out on TV or whatever, I use it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't subscribe or for any sort of TV. YouTube is about what I watch, and very limited TV that I watch is just free to air stuff.
Honestly, if you have The Rookie, what is it? NBC The Rookie with Nathan Fillion, awesome show.
Okay, yeah, that's free to air here, I believe.
That's a pretty good flick to watch each week.
Yep.
I'm a Star Trek fan. I did 2 episodes of Prodigy, and I don't think I'll ever do any more because it just sucks.
Thanks, GRB.
Sorry, Matt,
you turn it into a pumpkin?
Yeah, thank you for streaming.
No worries, Kevin.
Have a good one, Roundhouse. Bye, GRB.
Have fun.
Take care, mate. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
But yeah, it's just, oh, damn it, I closed it. I didn't want to close it. I'm going to have to redo my Kyle Rittenhouse. I was like 6 hours into an 8-hour video.
Right.
It should pick up right where I left off, though, so.
Should do.
But, oh, man, the judge kicked the jury out and ripped the prosecution a new one like you wouldn't believe. Because the prosecution made the biggest mistake of claiming you didn't talk to the cops, so that means you're guilty.
Yeah, right.
I heard him say this, and my jaw dropped. And the judge said, all you go into the library, and he just ripped into him for that. Because that's actually against the law.
Yeah.
I mean, the judge actually could say, case dismissed, mistrial right then and there.
Wow.
To insinuate that because you use a right that you're guilty, that is hilarious.
Yeah. 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 That's
And this is after the star witness of the prosecution said, yes, Kyle Rittenhouse was acting in self-defense. And the state's attorney just like, he did a face palm like, oh shit, we just lost this whole case. Dude, you can't. I mean, literally, you cannot write this stuff.
No, it doesn't sound too good. That's pretty well the way it goes, though, isn't it? That prosecution. Yeah.
But I watch. It's a stream of a stream because they're doing the actual court case on stream. But this is a panel. They're watching the stream, and they got 4 or 5 lawyers up there, and they're all, they're talking about it so anyone can understand what's going on.
Yeah, right.
Because this is such a big case. I mean, this case might get the president of the United States sued because of what he said.
Yeah, right.
The star witness is doing a $10 million lawsuit against the city because he was shot in the riot.
Yeah, right.
And he admitted in this case that he failed to neglect to tell, or in the court case, he never mentioned that he had a gun, which he had a gun. So by testifying in this court case, he pretty much just shot his $10 million lawsuit in the foot against the city.
Unreal.
And it's weird because why? Yeah, it's sad that someone was shot and killed, but this was
Is this the bloke that went through like in the riots and shot people in the street?
Yeah, but one of the guys he shot was a violent sex offender that was just released from a mental hospital and went from the mental hospital straight to the riot.
Yeah, right. Gotcha.
And this guy was chasing him.
Yep.
So it ends up that, one thing led to another. He ended up getting shot.
Yeah.
And then another guy got shot like I guess, say like 30 seconds later, another guy got shot by him and killed. That was beating him with holding onto the trucks of a skateboard and beating him in the head.
Right.
And the guy that got, the third guy that got shot was shot in the arm. And it vaporized his whole bicep. And oh my God, I damn near puked because they literally showed this on YouTube. They showed him right after. You saw bone.
Yeah.
Like the white line of the bone you saw. And I'm like, holy crap. Wow, they showed that on YouTube. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. But this guy that got shot in the arm is the star witness. The guy that's doing the $10 million lawsuit against the city. Right. But he said, quote unquote, because he's medically trained also as like an EMT. But something about, he was worried over brain trauma. And as soon as he said brain trauma, all the lawyers on the panel's like, clap. That's it. You're done. Well, it was a shit show. And the opening statement from the state's attorney. Well, I swear to God, if he could, the defense attorney, Kyle Rittenhouse's attorney, would go up and just pat him in the back saying thank you with the guy's opening statement. Because I listened to the opening statement and I'm like, okay, you're making Kyle Rittenhouse look innocent as all hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your job. You're supposed to be making him look guilty. I feel sorry for this kid though, because the president is calling him a terror. People are calling, the people in the government are calling him a terrorist and all that stuff. And no, it's not like, and with the stuff he said, once he wins that case, he can go and sue these people for slander and all that. Because they don't have any information to comment on it. Plus, all the information that we've gotten, most of it's been wrong from the news.
Yeah.
Like all the news was saying Kyle Rittenhouse was chasing the guy that he shot. Once we saw the video in court, no, it was the guy chasing Kyle Rittenhouse. And even there's the Young Turks or something to that effect. There's a girl that like no one likes because she really is a bitch. But she even said on her newscast, I was wrong. I'm sorry. We all got it wrong. The fact of the matter is, and she pretty much changed her story. It was he should be guilty and thrown in a hole to, now it's pretty much he should walk.
Yeah, right.
I mean, this kid literally went through PTSD because they put him up on the sand. and they were asking him about what happened. He literally had a PTSD episode, hyperventilating and shit on the stand, crying and all that. They had to take a recess. Dude, I felt sorry for the kid.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my dad, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's faking it." And I'm like, "Dude, no. How can you fake hyperventilating?" You saw him hyperventilating, like, you know. Oh
yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to see how it'll all turn out. That's for sure.
But I guess today they're pretty much put in the Kyle Rittenhouse's attorneys put in a motion to dismiss with prejudice. Dismiss with prejudiced.
Prejudice. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I can't say that. Prejudice. There you go. Which means they cannot be retried or anything. Yeah, because of all the judge is saying you can't talk about this, you can't question this, and the state's attorney starts questioning and talking about it. He had to kick the jury out, but he started yelling in the courtroom. I'm like, oh, man, this is good. Rubbing my hands together. I wish I had popcorn.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it's a.
And the funny thing is,
not getting too much of it over here.
Oh, they're running it 8 hours a day here online because it's such a big case. Yeah. But the news, when like the first or second day, there's a couple news companies that made it political. Oh, this is a Trump appointed court guy and da 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 da. Dude, first of all, he's not even Republican. He's Democrat. Second of all, he's been a judge for like 20 years.
Yeah.
It's like, seriously, news companies. It's called research.
Yeah, that's right. There's too much of that in the news, just trying to be first. Being first is more important than being right.
Honestly, I want to become president and sign an executive order. If you get caught lying as a news company 3 times in 1 year, you lose your broadcasting license.
Lose the license, yeah.
If you want, like, because like Weather Channel does this all the time. They'll go into a flooded area and then walk into a ditch so they're waist high in water, saying, "Oh yeah, it's all flooded and stuff." And you see people walking behind them where it's only like an inch of water.
Yeah.
It looks like the people are walking on water, and it's like, dude, that's blatantly lying to the general public.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what you're doing at that point.
Yeah, scaremongering.
Yeah.
Making, what do they call it?
Sensational broadcasting or something.
Sensationalism. That's it. Sensationalism. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
and it's like, at so many times there's a problem because you're not representing. You're supposed. To me, the news job. I'm old school. The news job is to inform you of what's going on. If you're faking information, you're not informing me.
Yeah.
You're making me think the whole town is under 6 feet of water when you're literally standing in a ditch on the side of a road. Of course, that's going to be filled with water.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, there was one where the lady's in a canoe, and you see within like the first second, you see her putting the paddle in the water and her hitting the bot. The paddle's only going in an inch.
Yeah.
She can't even get the whole paddle in the ground. She's like moving the boat with the paddle on the ground. It's like, dude, seriously, come on. And then 3 seconds later, people walk right past the boat.
Yeah.
And the water's not even ankle deep.
Unreal.
I don't know. It's just, and all of them here do that.
Yeah, that's right. As you say, it's definitely become the way of the news to be sensationalist. And
the one thing I give Australia is was it Sky News, right? Is that
Sky News?
Yeah,
Sky News.
I will go to Sky News for U.S. news before I go to CNN or MSNBC or, any of those.
Well, we think of Sky News as our sensationalist news broadcast over here. They're the radical Fox News type.
But
the Australian version of.
From what I have been able to ascertain, they are the closest to the truth. What's happening, what they're talking about.
Yeah,
that's the closest thing to the truth of what's happening here.
Yeah, they don't care who they piss off either, which is
I love that. Yeah. BBC's during 9/11, BBC's coverage was spot on. It was great.
Right. Yeah. No, BBC is usually pretty good, but they everything's gone a bit chaotic over there with reporting, thanks to Murdoch and his Sky News over there and so forth, getting busted for so much. The World Today or whatever it was, they all got busted for so much phone tapping and all that sort of crap.
Another funny thing is the United Nations was bitching at Tesla. If you gave $6 million to us, we could eradicate hunger. And he did a little bit of research, and he goes, "Well, you have $8 million to work with. Why haven't you solved hunger?"
Yeah.
And he went to as far. If $6 million will help, I will sell Tesla stock right now and give you $6 million. But it has to be a fully transparent account, so everyone knows where the money's going. And they replied with something else. So he looked up an article and he goes, "Okay, what about this?" And it was an article back from 2015 of United Nations workers making hungry people do oral sex on them to get food.
Right.
And I'm like, holy crap, this has to be fake. And I looked it up and it wasn't. I'm like, why the hell hadn't any of the news people ever talked about this in 2015?
What?
I'm like, holy crap, man. That's one thing I'm going to piss people off. We shouldn't defund the police. We should defund the United Nations. Because that one story, I'm sorry, that's enough. Your whole group is gone.
Yeah, that's right. The toothless tiger. United Nations, basically.
Yeah, no offense. The U.S. is funding them.
Whinge as much as they want, but they don't actually do much. They really don't.
I'm getting sick and tired of some foreign government entity, because the United Nations doesn't give a shit about the U.S. laws. And that's why I call them a foreign government entity. Telling us what we should think. Like all the YouTube videos. Oh, the United Nations says this about COVID. No, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares what they say?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the other day I watched a documentary on climate change.
Right.
And what it was all the predictions that they made. Oh, the world's going to end. In 1970s, Miami's going to be under 3 feet of water by 1985. Well, it's 2021, and they're still not underwater.
Yeah.
Every single one, it's okay. They said this and it didn't happen. They said this and it didn't happen. And they're like, why should we? You keep saying we should listen to the science and believe the science, but the science is never correct.
I know that in the Carolinas, on the Outer Banks and stuff there, that they're spending like all these $1 million homes, like on the beach
there,
and in front of them is like dredging units and mobile machinery rebuilding the beaches constantly, And they're saying if they hadn't been doing that for the last 20 years, that the coastline would be like 20 miles inland. It's
No, I could see that.
So erratic there, and they just keep having to build up.
I mean, coastlines do change.
But that's like one of the most windiest places in the world with violent seas and just hammering the coastline constantly. Not just so much global warming or rising sea levels as such. It's more the violentness of the ocean in that area.
I actually saw a report that the Great Barrier Reef has more life in it now than it ever has. Yet all the stuff we always say, oh, the Great Barrier Reef is the bleaching and everything's dead. No, it's not.
Yeah.
They brought up there was some disease with starfish that they were literally falling apart and the legs would walk away from the body.
Yeah, well, there's
and it's from pollution. Nope. They come to find out it's a virus. It's a disease.
The crown of thorns starfish, which sort of been imported by Asian cargo ships, dumping their bilge and that near the reef and so forth, and they talk about them eating the reef and so forth. So they're causing lots of damage, which is nothing to do with global warming.
Yeah.
At all. And the ones where it's bleaching is like, for whatever reason, that it's getting shallower around those areas. Just goes against the science of it all, with sea levels are rising. Why is the reef getting shallower?
Yeah, my only thinking is what's pushing it up.
Yeah.
Is there a hot spot underneath it? That like Mount St. Helens. If you look back at Mount St. Helens, there was a hot spot, and it actually made like a big pimple on the side of the mountain. Yeah, what if maybe that's what's happening under the Great Barrier Reef? The big, the magma's creating a pimple and pushing it up. I don't know. But yeah, there was this one that's like, oh yeah, the kids in the UK in 10 years won't even know what snow is, and that was like 20 years ago.
Right.
Well, you still have snow.
Yeah, they'll still have snow. They've probably got a killer winter about due. They get one every few years.
Yeah, I mean, I look because I've always been interested in like Chicago weather. And Chicago's been nailed many, many times in the past.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we have like 2 inches of snow all year. Sometimes we have 13 feet. Yeah, it's just a luck of the draw.
Yeah.
And I've always had a theory. Remember the Indonesia earthquake that made the big tidal wave?
Right.
What was it, like 10 years ago or so? Supposedly that moved the pole 8 inches. Doesn't seem like much.
Yep.
The Japanese earthquake moved it 8 inches also. But it doesn't tell you which direction. Did it move it back to where it was? Did it move it? Is it now 16 inches off of what it was? That, even 8 inches, could change the climate.
Yeah.
You're spinning at a different angle. Your seasons will be off. Stuff like that.
Everything will change. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've tried to I've contacted the local college and I've tried to ask this question, and he goes, honestly, I don't even know who I would ask.
Yeah.
That's a great question that I never even thought of, that now I'm thinking of. I don't know who to ask though.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's like, dude, honestly, we don't know anything about, in the grand scheme of things, in the age of the planet, we've been collecting the weather data for literally a blink of an eye.
True. Yeah.
It's past 100 years or so we've been keeping track.
Yeah.
That's nothing. You can't tell if it's getting warmer or if we're having global warming or global cooling or, global stabilization, you can't tell with only 100 years of 6 million years, 6 billion?
Yeah.
6 billion.
Well, they're saying that here in Australia, with bushfires, yes, we've had some really bad years of bushfires, but that you go back to 1920s and there were periods, same thing, where there were really bad few years of bushfires or whenever, and it's.
And remember the hole in the ozone layer? Remember back in the 80s how they were, the aerosol cans making the hole in the ozone layer above Australia?
CFCs.
Nope.
Oh my God.
It's gone.
Yeah.
The hole's gone.
Yep. It's full of space junk.
Yeah, and I've been and me personally, I've been doing my work on trying to keep that hole open because I go out and spray. When I spray paint, I'll go outside and spray paint. Get those CFs up into the air.
That's it. Exactly.
But it's just like all the stuff that they've told us was like literally all lies.
Yep, it's there's definitely, it's all happened before. That's that's.
I mean, you go back to the dinosaur days. You go back to the dinosaur days, and they said the average mean temperature was 10 degrees higher than what it is today.
Right.
Well, okay, then I guess global warming isn't a thing. It would be global cooling because we're cooler than we were.
Yeah.
You can't blame the high temperatures on people because there was none.
Yeah, that's it.
According to what you guys say,
Yeah.
Were there people with dinosaurs? I don't know.
I love how Europe are saying how like the rest of the world needs to do all these things, to stop global warming and all that, and you think of where's the industrial revolutions start and all that pollution for years and years and years of no regulation at all, just massive pollution that they pumped out greenhouse gases into the atmosphere and they behaved like it never happened. It's like,
I'm sorry, I do not believe. I don't doubt that the humans put pollution, but I don't believe that we can change the climate because a volcano erupts and it puts 100 times
the whole world
of that pollution that you've done in the past 100 years. It's done 100 times of that in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And this happens all the time across the world. Volcanoes erupt and stuff. So, I mean, the world does it to itself.
Since September, that volcano's been spurting out.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly, hasn't it?
I mean, you had some Krakatoa that's been, 100 years now it's been going?
Yeah, yeah.
We're not dead yet.
Coming off. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Well, 6:03. Mate, I'm going to have to call it a night. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep, have fun.
Great for the chat, mate. Awesome. Thanks for coming up.
Yep.
Good luck with the Mustang. Okay, everyone. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to have to go and get dinner ready for everyone, and we'll see how we go. So thanks for joining us. And take care. We'll see you all next time. Cheers. See you later.